Alrighty. Okay. How's the angle on this? I gotta like figure out something to keep the camera consistent because I feel like I move around all the time. I mean, it's no big deal, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna break into the bottle bottoms. We're gonna see what I can make. I mean, this green guy right here looks pretty nice. I don't like the green. Sometimes it can be extra brittle. And these are all like old bottle bottoms. Got a couple things in here. This is kind of like my palette cleanser for a bunch of stuff. And I'm gonna wrap all my fingers for this because one thing about glass is that it's weird from my experience because I started with bottle glass, right? That was a big thing for me because a huge barrier of entry was not wanting to buy material, right? And then I saw the Jack Crafty video on the beer bottle and I was like, wait a minute, that's genius. That makes perfect sense. It's glass, but it doesn't come out of a volcano. It comes out of some dude's giant furnace. And yeah, I dig for bottles as a hobby, so I have a bunch of those, and I also have like like the Clorox bleach bottle bottoms. Yeah, I got a lot of those. The good thing about glass stuff is that I can tend to do it pretty quick. Indirect doesn't work the best for me with it because sometimes, I mean, it could be the case even with this video, if it like doesn't end up coming out. Hold on a minute. I gotta figure out what the heck I need to do right there because it's goofy. What was I saying? I started with glass. There we go. And it was nice. It was pretty nice. I saved all of my first glass points that I ever made. Ah, dang it. I kind of knew that was going to happen. Fine. I saved all of the glass points that I was going to make, or that I did make. And what happened there was I put way too much force in it because I was trying to break off that big platform. And I got super duper greedy. And that's what gets you. That's what greed gets you when you're working with bottle bottoms. They do not like it. And I feel like green glass, from the stuff that I've napped at least like the old green glass, because I dig for bottles and I come across a lot of this stuff. So it's like super duper free, extremely available material. The green glass tends to be really, really, really brittle, like all the time. Like you gotta baby it almost. Like those hits are scary for me. I'm gonna braid that just a little bit, but just gotta make sure my pants are all the way down because sometimes the pants ride up on my boot, and then I'll have Das Boot syndrome, which is nothing. I just made that up. I'll get flakes in my pants and in my boots, and then they'll hurt. And that's not good. You don't want that. You don't want that one bit. No. But yeah, I was gonna try to crank something out super quick out of this. I really wish I could have maximized it and kept. God, I'm not used to working with slippery glass like this. That's why I'm hitting so many places and it's not doing nothing. Forget, you gotta really use abrasion because it doesn't mind it. Doesn't mind it at all. You gotta be careful. Sometimes you can use just a wee bit too much and it like crackles the edge out like a lot. And that's no good because then you'll have just weirdness happen. But it is really nice because it's mostly flat already. I mean, you're not working down like a big chunk like with some stuff. Is this in frame? Do I need to scoot you guys just a little bit? I'm sorry to keep moving you. I just want to make sure you got a front row seat to the action. Good. It's good to have the view of what's going on. I have no idea how many of you are beginners, Or if anybody, I don't know what to say each video. I don't know if this is like going to be someone's first video. In fact, I've already forgotten if I explain why I wrap my fingers in this video, because I am going straight from my gift box from Matt. And I would like to do just, you know, 1 point. I'm zigzagging right now, is what this is called. You kind of go back and forth to take care of this square edge. I should really slow down because I don't want to mess this up. But, you know, I want to cruise. I want to make sure to get this done in one video. I don't want to keep making 2-part videos. I feel like those are a bit of a hindrance. I don't know if y'all like those. Sometimes it's easier for me to do this when I don't talk. I guess I don't know if y'all like the talking. If you don't want the talking, I could do a mix. But, yeah. It's already like mostly thin. I just got to take care of the concavity in there, which ain't too big of a deal. But yeah, interesting thing about bottle glass is that it's super duper splintery. And what do I mean by that? I mean, it makes like literal splinters. It's so splintery. Whereas like with obsidian, I've not napped much obsidian that has like splintering problems. A lot of it's just kind of been okay. The stuff that I made the Evans out of, that stuff was nasty. I did not like that stuff. That was probably the worst obsidian that I've ever done. Maybe I'll do an instructional video at some point of me explaining how to reduce a bottle bottom like this, because, I don't know, that's what I got started on. And I mean, that was my first Jack Crafty video, so it'd kind of be cool to come full circle and be able to make a video on how to make something like this. But we got a little ways to go. A good long ways to go, actually. That is quite, I was saying, it's quite the concavity. And I'm still trying to work through in my brain what I want to do style-wise. Excuse me. It's trying to tell me something. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to listen to it. No. You just shatter in half. But yeah, I don't know. If I get real quiet again, it's because I'm focusing, trying to crank the video out reasonably fast. I don't have a lot to work with here since I kind of had a bit of a goof, a little bit of a goofy goof when I was doing that initial working down, because I kept hitting that dang dull, or I kept doing dull hits in the one spot. Now I got to make sure. That is one thing I don't like about glass, though, is you can't see what happens sometimes. Like, where did that go? What did that do? Did that do weird stuff? Do I need to watch out for it? Did it crack? Did it dive? What's the procedure? And you also got to be very, very careful when moving stuff with your fingernails, because you will get a splinter under your fingernail, and that'll ruin your day. It'll ruin your week, maybe, depending on how quickly you can get it out. I have a splinter from some obsidian in my hand. In my finger. It's in there. It's turned red. I don't know. It didn't get infected. I did have one on my thumb, though. That one did get infected. That sucked. It sucked big time. And you also really got to make sure, like, that's another thing I don't like, is that since I don't wear gloves, I get dust in between my fingers. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But it is what it is. And realistically, the cool thing about bottle bottoms is that if you're really dedicated, you can get really good at making them with just pressure alone, because they're kind of like slabs in a sense with how flat they are. which is nice sometimes for beginners because thinning can be a challenge, and that's understandable. It's not an easy thing to grasp. I gotta be careful of that. That's trying to tell me something. It's not one of those easy flint-knapping concepts that's like super easy to catch on to right away. There it goes. I was wondering if that was gonna come off. Because it takes like subtlety, and you gotta gauge your thoughts occasionally. You gotta think about it at first when you're just getting started, and that sucks. Having to think about it sucks. Some people do better when they talk and nap. I feel like I don't. I'm not sure. I feel like it's kind of a mix of half and half. It depends on how I'm feeling. I'm feeling pretty all right today. I don't know. Get a few beers in me. I might be all right then. Come on. I'm gonna be careful of that. I'm gonna be real careful of that. And just chunk it off. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to bring this down into a triangle. Try to preserve this relatively flat edge and sort of chew away. One thing that I know that I struggled with glass was a tip snappage. That's another thing you run into as a beginner. Rigid palm pads work if you're trying to do it like in leather and you're doing the thing where you're squeezing it in your legs. That just didn't work for me. I couldn't get that down at all. I needed a hard pad and I needed indirect percussion. And even then, coming from chert to glass, I've had some heartbreaking snaps. Hold on. Like I had some Davis Creek obsidian, which is some really pretty rainbow obsidian, and yeah, kind of borked it. Worked it a few times really, and that was no bueno at all. No. Just gonna whittle this edge back just a little bit. I don't want to go too fast because I don't want to blow this thing up. Trying to do my due diligence where I can. Yeah. Let's see here. Gotta be careful. Gotta be real careful. Really careful. Not bad. Let's see. No. There we go. I'm steepening my angle of strike because I don't try to change the angle of my rod. Giggity. I try to change the angle of the piece because for me, the more stuff that I can keep consistent, the better. Because it's just less stuff for me to mess up and have to worry about. So I try my darndest to ensure that the rod's position doesn't move a lot. It just works better for me. If it doesn't work for you, do what you gotta do. It's a dynamic hobby. It's great. It's awesome. That's what I love about it, really. I'm getting bad vibes from something over here. Something not right. I don't know what it is, but my brain's just like, hey, be aware. I don't know what it is. It's got me, I don't know, I'm having like a weird deja vu moment. Maybe I just haven't done this in a hot minute. Someone's telling me not to go with any more indirect percussion, but I don't want to. Because it's fast. And how many? Wow, we're already 14 minutes in. Criminy. Jiminy Christmas. This is trimmage. It's trimming right now. Those chip strikes freak me out. That's a lot of force to be dumping in there. You know, Patrick, Jack Crafty's advice for things like that is to hit it quickly. Brother, I don't want to do that. That feels wrong. I feel like I'm going to overshoot or something. I got to do like, not slower, but definitely more directed strikes. That's what it feels like, at least. It's going somewhere. It's a beautiful shade of green, I will say. I need to start thinking about fixing up on that bottom. I might bring out the diamond file, because it abrades the glass just better. At least it feels like it does. Sometimes with the abrasion stone, you can get like weird little crushes, amongst other things that aren't good, that you don't want. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's much better. Gosh, I feel like I haven't been in front of this camera in forever. I think I had a couple, I wanted to make like a couple shorts, like YouTube shorts. I'm thinking I might, I know it seemed weird to ditch the indirect this early, but I just feel safer doing pressure flaking on some of the stuff here. If I don't drop the G-dang thing, my word. Get over here. This is my first time doing this with the camera. It's kind of hard for me to see what I'm doing. It's very hard for me to see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to whittle this back a bit. This is also doubling as moving the center line. And no, I don't know if I'm going to be making a specific style out of this. Mainly because I'm just trying to make something. Ay, ay, ay. Hold on. Yo, I gotta move. Ugh. I was gonna be getting in the way. I thought, all right, well, I am the captain of the ship, so let's move her around a little bit. I guess I'm just trying to get a triangle, a rough triangle going. I really got to watch those flakes because those will cut me. They are sharp, sharp. If you're going to be using bottle glass as your first material, just expect cuts. Don't try to avoid them. They're going to happen. It's just like, you know, it's kind of just a fact of life when working with glass. It's just how it is. Either you're going to get cut or you're going to get like splinters or something. Excuse me. Something that's awful or uncomfortable is going to happen to you while working with glass. And don't try to fight it. Embrace it. 'Tis the Flintknapping way. Especially flakes like that get between your palm and the palm pad. Those are diabolical. Those ones you like feel go into your hand. No, 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 no. No good. Still got quite the curve on this though. I'm not thrilled about that. I'm try to thin it just a little bit. I still have a lot that I can take off of this side. So I'm gonna move that center line up by going by flaking in like the opposite direction, whittling it off. So it brings it up just a bit. Once again, you grab the. That's another thing you gotta be careful of too. If you're braiding without gloves, you can slip and just. Done that plenty of times. It happens, and it happens quick, and you're just like, gosh dang it, why'd I do that? I'm being stingy. So I'm trying not to get myself into too much of a situation where I'm easily able to mess it up. Because I am going to need to start thinning the bottom half now with the texture. Because I feel like it'd be kind of silly to leave the old Illinois Glass Company stuff on the bottom. But I don't know, some people might like that. I don't know. What am I doing for time? Oh boy. So by the logic of the time, I should be at least a third of the way done, which I think I am. If I'm thinking about it realistically. Yuck. That was a yucky one. So again, I'm just going to kind of, just gotta be careful. Careful, careful. I don't like how low that is right there on the tip. Yuck. And that looks like awful. I'm getting the fine one out. And you know what? I'm still probably gonna pop that stupid thing. But that's okay. I might need to narrow it anyways, which happens. I'm just gonna do it ever so gingerly, please. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, I cleaned it up. Oy. I cleaned it up. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. I'm gonna work on this now. Now. I really shouldn't be using this one for this. I have my, where is it? This one. I need to be using this one. What do I do with it? There we go. I like having a nice sharp tip when I work with glass. It makes me feel like I have just a bit more control over what I'm doing, especially when it can be so finicky, or at least act like it wants to be finicky. I feel like I need more abrasion. Definitely do. I gotta see where I'm going. Because I know I can get this thin. A lot of the experts right now, they're just like, they'd be pretty darn close to being done. Not this guy right here, no. Molly. Got a big old chunk out of there. Yuck. Okay, I need to start doing something with the base here, because now the base is getting really thick. I might get my precision indirect percussion out, but I just haven't practiced with it enough. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. No sirs. Dang it. Pretty soon here I'm gonna have to start going into the bottom texture. Do I go for a triangle or do I leave it kind of sloped on the sides? I might leave it a little sloped on the sides for now, because I can always go back and mess with that. I can always narrow it up. Let's see. Kind of got to take our time and see what we're working with. I need to do something with the base. This base is like really thick and it's weird. I'm gonna get that edge. I'm not feeling too terribly confident about that edge. I kind of got it really low. It's really low down there, and I'd like to bring it up just a little bit, but still, I might use that to my advantage when taking flakes off of the bottom, if I can. Once more, I'm gonna sharpen this one up. I like my pointy tools. And I don't like steel on glass. Slips way too much. I was using a steel notcher here not too long ago. Did not work well for me at all. Like, at all. It was terrible. Terrible, terrible. Okay, so see, we have like a weird spot where it's high up here. It's high up there, but the rest is kind of low. See, now down here, it's real low. Yeah, I need to bring that center line up, because trying to shoot flakes along a flat surface, it's not going to work. So I'm going to do that by trimming this back, kind of just like this again, where I go down and just kind of pull stuff off. You gotta be careful when doing this because sometimes you can take big old chunks out of it. Such is the nature of bottle glass, really. And I'm like covered in dust. A good little hack when you're working with bottle glass is to not hit your camera and to also have a paintbrush so you can brush this glass dust off you so you don't get itchy. Getting itchy is no fun. Nobody likes getting itchy. If they do, stay away from that person. What am I doing on this side? I haven't touched this side too much. I have a couple things I see that I can take down. Yuck. Oh my god. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Don't drop them. Bad news. Gosh, that's still concave in there. That's still all concave. That still goes in. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to get this bad boy stupid thin. If I would have had more to work with and I didn't mess it up in the beginning, I 100% would have used my indirect percussion a lot more because that would have expedited this process, well, exponentially. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not perfect. I don't know. I kind of feel fine showing that. It doesn't bother me, really. It's like, oh, he messed up. He snapped a point. Yeah, that's how it works. Only the really good guys are able to make super nice points every single time. And even then, they have breaks, too. I'm pretty middle of the road with a lot of my stuff. I'm gonna move that back up again. This entire area down here. Sorry if I'm moving it around so much and it's hard to focus on. See, because like I have this high spot right here, this low spot here, and this high spot in here. So there's like a big hump right here. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to travel across and take out that thickness that's up here to thin it out enough. I could really try, but that would be difficult. Do I want difficult? No, I don't, because I've already flattened the tip of this out again. It's already difficult enough. Leave me alone. No, I don't think I will. Ooh, and I did some. Shifting that center line just a bit. I got a really square corner and a rounded corner there. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. I'm gonna have to clean that up just a bit. Still got some thinning that I can do on the base, so I'm gonna do it that way, sort of, kind of. Ooh, that's a dangerous piece of glass. Oh yeah, that's another thing. If you do this without safety glasses, I'm not afraid to say it, you are an idiot. You are stupid. You are just dumb. Because one of these gets in your eye. I tell you what, from having one in my finger, I cannot imagine how awful, and I mean like awful, it would be to have something like that go in your eye. Because like I'm no doctor, so like I don't know how to get that out. I don't know if you have to like go in to have someone get it out. I mean, that's what I'm assuming, because criminy, that'd be, ugh, I don't like thinking about it. I don't like thinking about eye injuries. They freak me out just a little bit. I use my eyes a lot. I like looking at stuff. I got a pair of safety glasses on. I always wear them. If I had to choose between the hand wrap and the safety glasses, safety glasses, no contest. No contest. Oh, dee-dum-dee-day. I really, really want to start trying to get... Ooh, hold on. That's scary. Hold on. Let me see here. See, that one just came up and hit me in the mouth. It was like, why I oughta. Came up. Socked me. Shoot. Come on. This is the kind of stuff where I wish I had my, where I didn't have to film it the way that I do. This camera's really in the way. Really badly. Because I like to get real close and see what I'm doing. I don't know if that's conveyed here by the filming, but I'm like... Oh, we're getting weirdness near the tip again. It's getting lumpy. Lumpy tip. Oh, for the love of the Lord, please. Oh. Oh my. That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. I don't know why I'm being so persnickety with it. I really don't need to be. But, I don't know. I feel like if I don't make something nice, it's like, why would you even make it at all? I don't know. It's weird. I'm just weird. I'm a dude in his garage breaking rocks. And I'm particular about the rocks that I break. Shoot. Gosh, yeah, that's real weird. I've just got like, I put like a step in the tip. Or like it's offset. Like I need to flatten everything else out. What in the world? Yucky. That might just be for later, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. How we doing for time? 39 minutes. Shoot. I really, 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 really don't want this to be a two-part video. So, either I hurry my butt up, or we magically become content with texturing on the bottom. And I don't know, that's a hard pill for me to swallow. I don't know. It's starting to get on my nerves just a little bit. And I don't know, the tip up there really bothers me. It just does. I'm just mad that it is the way that it is. The weirdness that's happening and how thick it is. I really need to like flake inwards, but you got to be careful when flaking inwards with the tip because you can bend it. Shoot. What is happening? I need to move the center line like way up. Oh no, we're getting too thin. Oh no, this is gonna become a sweat point. Oh shoot. Oh, for crying out loud. Why do I do this? I don't like it when it gets that thin. Freaks me out like a lot. Especially when it's glass, because it takes nothing. I'm just gonna have to live with it, aren't I? I think so. Christmas. That is. Well, we can get flakes into the other stuff now. That's a good start. Or somewhere to start. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if I start getting real quiet. Like I said, we have entered the sweat stage. We haven't even done notches yet. Oh, isn't that fun? I kind of want to leave the texture on the bottom. I really just don't want to mess with it. Like, there's nothing in my soul that's like, you gotta flake all the way across that and make it nice. Well, there is, but I'm just kind of tuning him out. Oh, Lord. And it's still crooked. Oh my goodness. You stinker. This is probably just a smidge painful to watch. I go a lot faster when I don't have to record. Just saying. Because what are we at? 44 minutes. Can I finish this in 15 minutes? Maybe. It all depends on how this goes. I'll take it. Okay. Well, we're not going to touch that unless I do something really dumb and pop that sucker off. I shouldn't have manifested that. That's bad. Oh boy. Oh, I'm feeling the squeeze now. It's just like the point was listening when I said that, and it was like, what's that? What? You want me to nosedive onto the ground and shatter into 5 trillion pieces? Okay, I can do that. No. I'm trying to make you into a beautiful green. I don't know. This is kind of starting to turn into a citrus side notch, I guess. That's what comes to mind. You do need to flatten out this bottom a good bit. Trim it back. It's looking a lot better. Just need to trim this area here back as well. Not my best work, I will say, but I just kind of picked this up and wanted to finagle with it. That's just like some really loose and rough sharpening, because this is, I mean, it's thin. It's thin, but it's not like nice thin. I don't know. Like I said, I should have thinned it out just a bit more, because I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to, I could start going in at an angle and trying to clean up this bottom texture on here. I just have to sand all that off, or abrade all of it off. I just don't want to. No desire to do such a thing. I could. I genuinely could. But, yeah. It's okay. Maybe once I get... Let's see. Maybe once I get over 200 subscribers, I'll have to start caring a bit more. Or at least up here. And this is good practice too. For any of those you had watched this far in, I have a Cahokia point challenge that I'm going to do. And this green bottle bottom is kind of a good approximation for the size of the Topo Chico bottles that I have a bunch of. And I really want to make like a point cache of them. I believe it was Mound 72 that had a crap ton of really pretty looking, and I mean like drop dead gorgeous. I'm gonna notch it now. Drop dead gorgeous Cahokia points. Like holy smokes, they were something. They were lookers, that's for sure. It's still thick in there. I might have hobbled myself just slightly with leaving the base that thick. Just depends on how well I can do the pop outs, and I'm actually going to match that on the other side here real quick. Yeah, I think it's right there. Yeah, trying to notch with steel, for me, at least, it just isn't comfortable. It's slippery. The steel does not grab. How did I do? That's still crooked. For goodness sakes, are you kidding me? How do I mess up notches every single time? And you gotta go with the lowest one, so I'm just gonna widen it out. Can I capture it up there? I think I can. Good gravy. Shoot, caught a little bit of the top there. I didn't want to do that. I think I'm going to make a tool specifically for notching here at some point, or at least try. I'm just watching myself. I want to make sure that I can match what I'm doing on either side. There's nothing worse than like putting all of your work, no stalling, putting all your work and effort into one side of the notches, and then you can't get the other one to do the same thing. You're just like, ah, well, shoot. That's no good. Symmetry. Might sharpen this tip up again. Having a sharp notching tool also helps. I know a dude who uses like welding wire to do this. And his points, oh my goodness. I tell you what, they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, scary. Scary. Let's see if I can do one more pop out. I don't know. I don't know, mate. I might have to get the steel out. Oh, crap. How am I doing? I need to go in with these other notches. If that one stalls out right there, I want two at the very least. I'll be able to get in on some of that. Yeah. The other thing is that I don't have he just slips. Oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. This is just embarrassing. I know that I can get that off, I'm just too afraid. Did I do it? Yeah, I did it. Okay, cool. Let's do it again. Okay. Sorry that you couldn't see that. I was bringing it close to myself so I could get a nice view. Scary. Gotta be careful, I don't want to accidentally send a flake all the way across. And snap the thing in half. And yes, I've done it. Yes, it sucks. It sucks big time. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. Let me carve out some of those edges just a little bit. It was getting really, really narrow. Is that good enough? I'm just cleaning up the profile, just a little bit of spaces I don't like. I mean, she ain't perfect, but she's a point. Could you kill a deer with it? Oh yeah. So would smoke a deer. I almost want to add in some fancy stuff on the bottom, but I don't know if I want to risk it. I say as I take some flakes to narrow down the tip just a bit more. Fix the profile at all? I think it did. Just a little bit, hold on. I'm sorry. This is just me being picky now. No, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's thin. I can't say that it's not thin. It's plenty thin. A little bit of weirdness near the tip. It's not super duper perfect, like a perfect point, but for what it is, you know. Not bad, huh? That green really be glowing though. That looks sick. Yeah, a little bit of texturing on the bottom, but you know, get the eye on there. Not bad, you know. Took an hour. Should be able to do points like this faster. But yeah. Not bad. No? I hope you guys liked it. I am covered in glass dust. So I will clean myself off. And I will see you guys again in another video. Thanks for watching.